I think to myself, what a wonderful world. It is Nikki here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to attempt to do something we have never done before. And that is use some half-covered tips. Up until now, I've always used full-cover tips and just did the Gel X dupe method when it comes to applying my extensions. And with those, you don't typically have to build an apex to achieve those nails, because most of the time those full cover tips already come with the apex, so you don't really have to worry about that. But when you use half tips, kind of gotta build apex. So I recently bought some tips, and that is what we're going to do today. Now, because these things are so short, I have a hard time sizing my nails. Alright. So it's pretty much the same numbers that I use when I do my full cover extension. The inside of these nails. So you still want to remove the shine. This is a dehydrator, so I'm going to let me show you what I'm using. I'm using the double dip custom dip powder number 1 prep and bond. And so now I'm going in with the number 2. I usually adhere my tips with this nail glue that I got on Amazon. However, I have been watching a few of my dip nail influencer, one of my faves, which is Molly Chris. And on her video, she used the dip liquid to adhere her tips, because at the end of the day, it is just glue. So I'm gonna try it, and we're gonna see how this works. Knowing me, it's gonna be an epic fail. No, let's think positive. It's gonna work. So let me go in and apply the tip, and then just hold it for about 10 seconds. So my thumb was probably the easiest finger to get on, where some of them was pretty much a struggle, but overall it was a struggle for me. It might be easier for you. 1 down, 4 more to go. I am not even gonna hold you. Putting these tips on was a complete struggle. Because they are so short, I had a hard time trying to hold them and put them on. I managed to get them on, but I kind of fast forward because they don't need for y'all to sit through me struggling trying to put these on. But this pointer finger right here, that was the worst one. I literally had to soak it off because I couldn't get it on, and then when I got it on, it was crooked. And I don't think I recorded that part, but I did end up having to take it completely off. So I didn't record it, my bad. But this is me coming back after I had to soak off that nail and starting over. So the second time the charm, because my second attempt at trying to put on these nails, I actually managed. I actually managed to put them on. Still a struggle, and I think it has to do with them being short. I think if they were pretty longer, it wouldn't have been that much of a struggle, but because they were short, it was kind of giving me a hard time because I couldn't hold it and put pressure. It was a whole thing. Okay, so I've officially got all of the nails applied. And the one thing I do like about these tips is that, one, they're thin. They're paper thin, which means that a groove between my nail plate and the nail is really thin. So there's not that much blending that I have to do when it comes to these tips. So I am liking that. So these tips was already pretty short, and yes, I still went in and cut them shorter. I don't know, I was just going for shorter nails, and they weren't as short as I thought they were. But once I cut them, I'm going to go in and round off the edges, because once I cut it, it did leave the edges pretty sharp. So just filing the side walls and rounding off those edges is what I'm doing here. I'm also taking the file and blending out the nail with my nail bed so it can be flush. And I'm gonna do that to all of the nails, and I'll be back. I'm using my double dip clear, my protein bond, dip base, as well as activator. And because I am going to top this off with a gel top coat, I will be using my Venalisa tempered top coat, and I'll explain why I'm using the top coat particularly for this set. I'm going in with that dehydrator, and I'm going to dehydrate my nails. So here I realized my nail armrest wasn't centered, and that's pretty much a tip that I have with trying to stay in frame. I feel like if my nail rest is centered, chances of me getting out of frame is slim. And so that helps me stay in frame when doing my sets. I'm going in with that Modelones primer to prime my nails. So I am going in with the dip base, and I'm going to go halfway in the middle. I don't know measurements, and I'm gonna go out, but I'm not going all the way to my side walls. I'm gonna stop short of that area. Take that, and I'm gonna dip it into the clear, dust off that excess, and repeat that step on the rest of the 4 nails. definitely want to have you a hard bristle brush. Want to dust off any of that excess. Gonna go ahead and do this as well. And then for this second dip, I'm going to go down a little bit further, bring it up, and go still not all the way out to the edge, but just close enough. Now we're going in for dip number 3, and then this one is going to be a complete full cover dip. So you're gonna get the entire nail on this third dip. In for that final tip. So this is the 4th and final dip. So this is what the nails are looking like. I'm going in with the activator. And the reason why I don't want these nails thick is because I'm going to go over them with dip powder or gel or whatever I decided to put over them. This is pretty much going to be my foundation, and then I can top it with whatever I want, whether it's dip powder, whether it is color, gel polish, and that way I can file off back to this clear layer. So I'm going in with the 180 grit file, and I'm going to be using the 100 side. So this is pretty much how I go. Taper the sides, get my square. I like my edges round off, so just bringing that side in. And if your application is good, you pretty much don't have to just. So now I'm going in with my diamond crosscut bit, and this is where I'm going to just smooth out that cuticle area. And then go across the surface of the nail. Go ahead and smooth that out. So these are what the nails are looking like. So I think for my first time, I think I did pretty good. So because I'm not really gonna do nothing to my nails right now, I'm going to go in with the Model 1 primer and the Venalisa top coat. This will help changing out my designs, because when I do my peel-off base methods, I can do it on top of this top coat. And I'm using the primer because I don't want to go in with straight with the top coat, because I done filed and buffed these nails, and top coat usually don't stick to a smooth surface. It needs something to stick to. So you can either go in with a base gel and then a top coat, or you can do what I did and go in with the primer. That way that top coat can have something to stick to. get into it. Absolutely love how these turned out, especially for my first attempt. I think I did pretty well. Not think, I know I did well. I am definitely getting better with my shaping. I love the square shape on me. I just can't get over how well these turned out. If you are new to my channel, what you waiting on? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
What a wonderful world.